the door for you.
Whatever it is you're selling, I'm not interested.
Oh, I very much doubt that.
I know what you're doing. You're telling an old man what he wants to hear. But believing and wanting to believe are two different things.
Suit yourself. I find that it's best to look at these things simply. You have before you an opportunity.
A deal.
Just so. The best kind of deal. One in which both parties profit. Hello, little man. Don't be shy. Come. Come in here and sit with us.
No. Go to your room and play. Let the grown-ups talk. Don't do that.
Let's return to the task at hand. The terms. I'll restore your health, extend your life.
All I have to do is give you my soul. Am I right?
My. So good not to be dealing with an innocent. Now, let's speak plainly. I have no designs on your soul whatsoever. Do with it what you will. I truly could not care less.
I don't believe that for a minute. But if I did, my next question would be, if not my soul, what exactly is your profit?
All deals come with conditions. I don't expect you to give me anything. Likewise, I don't intend to take anything from you. I ask one thing and one thing only for my services. Turn away from him.
Turn away from whom?
Oh, come now. That's disappointingly coy. Him.
No, thank you. Turning my back on him seems ill-advised.
Pity. Well, thank you for your tea.
That's it?
And, of course, your hospitality.
Nicely done, sir. Threatening to walk away. The last part of any good sales pitch.
You give me too much credit.
Oh, stop it. I used to do this for a living.
You made it very clear that you're not interested in my proposition. It would be rude and disrespectful for me to ignore your wishes.
Look, what you're offering, I'm not saying it's not tempting.
Tempting? Tempting? Please. Let's not waste each other's time.
Wait. Give me a chance to catch up. I've never been in negotiations with you before.
You sure about that? Look, it's simple. I would never force my services on anyone. I don't have to. Who am I to interfere with a contented man?
Contented?
With him. You are obviously happy with the arrangement you have. And that's a sacred relationship. One that I would not jeopardize for the whole world. I've always wanted to have that sort of relationship with him. To see him, to know him. It is truly a special gift. And all too rare.
I would not say I know him well.
And even more impressive, the trust you have in him. The blind faith.
Don't mock me.
Forgive me. I meant no offense. Faith. He's a big fan of that. See, I'm not the only one with conditions. Obedience, trust, those are his conditions. Me, I'm more of a results man. Faith may be good for the soul, but it's hard to determine precisely what you get out of it.
If you could tell that, it wouldn't really be faith, would it? It's not an equation where you put in X amount of faith and get out Y amount of blessing.
Why not? Why can't it be like that? I mean, who made up these rules anyway? Oh, right.
Very cute what you just did there. You can't demand proof for everything. What kind of world would it be without faith?
Let's say you can't demand proof for everything. How about just the most important things? The things that you will live your life by. For those things, isn't it a little unfair to him to just say, hey, trust me?
There it is. Bringing up trust. In another context, of course. I used to love that part. It was so obvious to me what I was doing, but people fell for it every time. Because that's what you're really asking me to do, isn't it? Trust you.
Absolutely not. Don't trust me. Trust in the services that I provide. If you're not 100% satisfied with our arrangement, then go back to him. Repent. Ask for forgiveness. Turn around 3 times and spit. Jump through whatever hoops he's making people jump through these days. But I don't think you will. In fact, I know you won't. No one ever does. My devotion to customer satisfaction is unmatched.
Somehow I doubt that.
I'm offended, sir. I take my reputation seriously. If I swindled my customers, no one will want to deal with me anymore. No. No, I'm the world's original salesman. And I'll put my salesmanship, product, and services against anyone, even his. He makes demands in exchange for what? The hope of some elusive future reward? Let's not talk about the future. Let's talk about today. Turn your back on him today, and you'll start seeing the benefits today.
You're overselling it now, if you don't mind a little constructive criticism.
Honestly, you have to stop looking at this like a sale. If you don't want my services, I'd offer you the same advice. Be rid of him. Trust me, it's worth it. Once you've shed his burdens, you'll never look back.
Once I've renounced them, I wouldn't really have a choice, would I?
Of course you would.
Well, hell's not a place you just walk out of.
Excuse me?
If I change my mind, I can't just leave hell.
There's no such place.
That's hell? Please, give me a little credit.
Trust me, there's no such place, and I should know. I'd swear to God if it make you feel any better. It's just a big lie meant to frighten you.
Once again, I'm supposed to just accept your word. You forget. As with most salesmen, your reputation precedes you. Aren't you called the Prince of Lies?
By whom exactly? Consider the source, is all I'm saying.
Oh, I see. So he's the real liar, is that right?
I'm not going to stoop to his level. However, he is a bit, what's the word, manipulative, don't you think? How many times does he demand you prove your love for him? Every Sunday? Before meals? After something good happens? After something bad happens? And let's not forget holidays. And yet, he doesn't feel the need to prove a damn thing to you. Do only what I tell you. And don't listen to anyone else. And don't question me. And if you do, I'll cast you into a pit of eternal flame. If that were any other relationship, what would you call that? Abusive. That's what I would call it.
I'm not sure that's a fair way to put it.
Fair? Fair to whom exactly? Fair to him? Then why'd you feel relief? Just now, when I said it. You felt relief that someone finally said out loud what you've been thinking all along. I'm gonna let you in on a big secret. You don't have to worry so much. Stop feeling guilty. Stop torturing yourself. Other people's lives will sort themselves out. And if they don't, then whose fault is that? Certainly not yours. Look after yourself. When was the last time you've done that?
Oh, you still haven't answered the question. What do you get?
Merely the satisfaction of helping you improve your life.
You can't even say that with a straight face. Why can't we lay our cards on the table? You're after my soul.
I'm not sure if such things exist. But if they do, I don't have the slightest interest in yours.
Well, what does interest you? After extolling the virtues of selfishness, please don't pretend that you care only about my happiness.
You're catching on. Good. The argument. I care about the argument.
What argument?
For some time now, I've had a running argument with him. Suffice it to say, I believe I am right and he is wrong.
And that's where I come in?
Precisely. You'll help me prove a point.
Which is? What is your point?
That all the things he makes you do, his tests, his games, they're all a waste of time. You, and I don't mean you personally, humans, are a good intention, but a failed experiment. He's put in a lot of time and effort, and now it's time to give it up. The writing's on the wall. You are weak and not deserving of his love. You are unworthy tenants in this world. It's time to give someone else a try.
And I suppose you have someone else in mind. Humans are a mistake? You want me to help you prove that? Why would I?
Why not? With all I'm offering you, a life of good health, of strength, why not? The trade is more than fair. And there's the added virtue of it being true. Humanity is doomed. You don't need me to tell you that. You thought that before I walked through the door. Tell me, based on your experience, what do you think of human nature? Are you impressed by the generosity of your fellow man? Their nobility? Their integrity? Do you know what always struck me as funny? You people are more cynical about yourselves than I am. I say you're doomed, and I'm still waiting to hear your protest. Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong.
Why me? What makes you so interested in me?
Again, don't take this personally, but I'm not. You're just as useful to my argument as anyone else. You're not special. But if it's any consolation, no one else is either.
I need time to think.
Of course you do. Mull, stew. I have all the time in the world. Though, this may sound harsh. You don't.
There's a trick to this. There always is. You give me long life and I'll fall down a well. Or I'll end up in an asylum. Or my mind will outlive my body and I'll become some kind of rotting corpse.
Stop. You're killing me. I do like the way you think, though. But I promise, no tricks.
How long will it last?
10 to 15 years, max. It's hard to tell with these things.
During those extra years, what will happen to me?
How should I know? I'm not a fortune teller. I'll give you the tools you'll need to live a happy life. What you do with them is up to you.
How will I contact you once I've made my decision?
Not to worry. We won't even need to talk anymore. I'll keep my eyes on you. Just do what comes natural. Do what your instincts tell you. Just be your true self and enjoy all that is coming to you.
We leave in 5 minutes.
don't know what it is you're trying to accomplish.
I see your point. It's funny. I always knew I'd see you again someday. Eventually, I stopped looking over my shoulder. I began to think I had imagined you. Maybe you never existed. Maybe I just got better on my own.
Well, it's good to see you two.
Look, I know you're angry.
No, not that I'm aware of.
After a while, I forgot all about you.
I know you're trying to say something. I just don't know what it is. Go ahead. Spit it out. I won't bite.
Whatever it was you were trying to prove, the argument that you wanted me to make, I never made it, not even once.
Well then, I shall have to fake up some appropriately awful punishment for you. I kid. Your concern that I get my money's worth is touching, but unnecessary. You've done a splendid job.
No. I didn't do a single thing that you asked.
You've always been so proud of your work. Now's not the time for modesty. I've been watching you. Every day, you've been spreading the good word.
Whatever it is you think you know, you're wrong. I haven't even thought about your argument.
You don't have to think about it. That's the beauty. Actions speak louder than words, my friend. And your actions have been speaking quite eloquently for years now.
I haven't abandoned him. I haven't. I even started going to church.
I know. It just doesn't make any sense, does it? Maybe if you could see the world through my eyes. Look at what you've done. You have much to be proud of. You're an excellent salesman. There's no better advertisement for the services that I can provide than someone like you. Once you started truly focusing on yourself, look what happened. A sick man made well in the peak of health. Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't look at you with envy? You persuade people without even trying. Of course, the people you have the greatest impact on are the ones closest to you. You have helped them all so much, and they will, in turn, help so many others.
You didn't tell me this would happen. How could I have known? This is not the deal that we made. I don't want this.
Those are two different things. See, what you want is immaterial to me. And since you've upheld your end of the bargain, your complaint about the terms is of no consequence.
Make it stop.
No, I don't think so. You see, that's not what I want. And that's all that matters. Besides, it can't be stopped.
I'll make it stop.
Interesting. How?
Think of something. If I have to, I'll leave it.
Kill yourself? So melodramatic. Please, do it. You think that'll make it stop? The ultimate act of hopelessness? That will only make it stronger. Once the ripples start spreading across the pond, who cares what happened to the stone who caused them? Your argument, because it's truly your argument now, it'll outlive you. I can see that you're unhappy, and I don't want that. If you could be serviceable to me and happy at the same time, that's what I prefer. Let's see if we can make you feel better. First of all, I have not tricked you. You've asked for a better life, and that's exactly what happened.
I didn't know what was happening.
I think you've made the right choices. Why let this bother you? Be who you are.
That's not who I am. If I had known, I would never, ever.
Stop lying to yourself.
I'm not like you. You're evil.
Oh boy. I don't even know where to begin with that. Let me ask you, what have you done that was so wrong? Or if it makes you feel any better, what did I make you do with my evil magic? You showed selfishness pays off. True. And that God is a fraud. Also true. You have found your life's purpose. You have never touched more lives. Never had a greater effect on the world. Never been as good at anything as you are at this. And you never will be. You are truly pathetic. There's no help coming. You've made your choices alone. Reap the rewards alone. Now you will face what you've done
alone.
It doesn't have to be this way.
Just can't help himself. He always has to have his thumb on the scales.
What did she say? What was that?
What do you think? You people always ask, why does God allow bad things to happen? When the real question should be, why does God stop bad things from happening? Sometimes. What is the point of a miracle? If he really wanted you to have free will, why does he keep interfering? Here's my answer. He knows if left to your own devices, you'll burn the house down.
You want us to fail.
No, you will fail. I just want you to hurry up and get on with it.
We're stronger than you think. You look for signs that we're failing, and that blinds you. You can't see who we truly are.
And you can? Let's put that to the test. How much of humanity do you really care about? And let's put a finer point on it. How much of humanity have you already given up on? Let's start with those foreigners. You don't care if they live or die, do you? No protests. It's brutally honest time. If huge swaths of the world's population just disappeared, as long as it didn't affect your life, you wouldn't care. And the people here at home, in your eyes, how many of them are thieves, cheats, liars, criminals, leeches? How many of your brothers and sisters would you happily condemn to die? Or rot away in a cage? Or better yet, starve to death on the streets? Am I being unfair? Are my standards too high? Surely you can't be held responsible. Maybe not. But you're perfectly content to sit back and let it happen, right? Not to say there's anything wrong with that. I happen to think that it's an appropriate attitude to have towards humanity. And according to your actions, so do you.
Please shut up! You have such a high opinion of yourself and your argument. But it's not really an argument at all, is it? It's not logic. It's poison. You don't persuade people, you infect them. You're a parasite with words for teeth, and I never should have listened to you.
Oh, big man. All done listening now, huh, big man?
Yes, I am. And I'll tell you something else. This influence that you say I have over people, if I did that, I can undo it. You say I have a choice? Well, I'm making one. I can change.
Well, I'm inspired. So go on. Show me. Change.
I know it's not going to be easy.
Oh, really? Do you now?
I'm not perfect.
Not perfect. That's insightful.
I know there'll be setbacks. I've wasted too much time already. I will focus. I used to be good at this. And I will use all the skills that I accumulated over a lifetime in the business of persuasion. I never back down.
I'm sorry. Not to break up your big speech or anything. And it was sounding terrific, by the way. But you want to know what I think? I think it's really amusing. This coming from a guy who's never had to make a difficult sacrifice in his life.
You don't know anything about me.
What, exactly, do I not know? Enlighten me. Tell me about all those selfless acts and all the times you were courageous. Because it's true. I don't know about those. Now, how about all the times you've cheated someone or tricked them? Oh, but you wouldn't do that. You would persuade them, right? But maybe I'm wrong. You think you can surprise me? Let's find out. Come. Take my hand. Let me give you a small taste of true sacrifice. I won't lie. It will hurt. What? Not interested? Where is that fighting spirit? Didn't you say something?
What was that?
That was your natural state, without me propping you up. I shouldn't tease. You really should be commended for dealing with that, even for a second. I honestly didn't think you had it in you. How many more seconds do you think you could have held on?
I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to find out. Give me your hand again.
Why? Why would you want to endure that much more pain? For his sake? Seriously, what do you owe him? If there's anything you've learned in the last several years, it's that you don't need him.
Please stop talking. This is hard enough without you making it worse.
I'm making it worse? You were dying. I made you well. Can you point to anything, one thing, that you know he's done for you? Well, this is what I can do. What is it that he sees in you? How could he choose you over me? Does he not see the beauty in his own creation? He made me eons before he made you. Look at me. Look at what I can do. I can do more in this world in one day than you can dream of in a lifetime. So why? Why does he love you? Why did he make you in the first place? We didn't need you. If you gave me a fraction, just a fraction of the love that you wasted on him.
It's you.
What?
All this time, you haven't been talking about me. I get it now. It's you. You've been talking about yourself.
I don't know. You don't even know what you're saying.
You want to go back. You want to go back to him, but you're afraid. Afraid that it's too late. Afraid it will be too hard. You're afraid that maybe you didn't abandon him. Maybe he abandoned you.
Now stop talking. You know nothing about me.
You are afraid of trying. Afraid of failing. You are afraid.
You want me to show you fear?
And what scares you the most is looking foolish, because that's always the way with faith, isn't it? You might be wrong. You might be hopelessly naive. If you have faith, if you try, you could fail. You could look like a fool.
Simple creature. I can snuff you out with a thought. What are you? Nothing. No one. You dare to judge me? Mock me? And if it is true, if I'm afraid to fail, afraid to change, what makes you think you can?
Because...
Speak up. I can't hear you.
Because I am not alone.
Oh well. If my services are no longer needed, it's time for me to move on. Like I said, nothing special about you.
What'd you do to him?
Do? I didn't do anything. I stopped doing. Once, a long time ago, I was foolish like you. But now, I'm done wasting my time. You'll find out soon enough. By the way, in the last 10 seconds, you got cancer. Just thought you'd like to know.
Leave him.
We can't just let him go.
We can't do anything to him. He's already in hell.